So what's Mood Sentry all about? Mood Sentry is a result of migrating multiple tools I've been using to manage my depression from my computer to my phone. The tools are geared to support a cognitive therapy approach to mood management. People currently in therapy for mood disorders such as anxiety and depression, like me, may find the functions available in Mood Sentry to be useful. If phrases such as all or nothing, should statements, personalization, and tools such as cost-benefit analysis and setting daily goals are part of your program, then Mood Sentry may be of use to you. Mood Sentry is intended to support therapy, not supplant it. The video will provide a brief overview of the iPhone version of Mood Sentry and how I use the references, my experiences, and daily reminders functions. There will be 2 other videos that will cover both tools sections of this app. Looking at the home screen, we see 5 options: references, my experiences, daily reminders, journaling tools, and thriving tools. Note that this is a scrolling view. People with smaller screen sizes may need to scroll to access all the options. Going into references by tapping the text, we see 5 new options. This too is a scrolling view. People with smaller screen sizes may need to scroll to access all the options. These access web content and provide an easy way to contact us. The first 3 items access articles relevant to the concepts of cognitive distortions and resilience. These articles are handy for me when I'm mobile and need a refresher on the definition of each distortion and suggestions for mitigating each. I have found that having access to references like these wherever I am is a good thing, and having them on the phone is a way to achieve that. I'll leave it as an exercise for you to check these out. The 4th reference takes you to our blog where we post information about using the app, upcoming changes, and anything else we think is pertinent. The last reference takes you to our contact page. Select this option by tapping the text and a new view pops up with 3 options for contacting us. Each option sends an email to a specific email address. We use 3 different addresses to help sort the requests, but really you can ask any question you'd like through any of these email addresses. To initiate an email, we can either tap the email button at the top of each text view or double tap within the text view. We'll tap the email button for this example. As you can see, an email composition view appears with the address filled in. Add a subject, fill in the message body, and send. You'll be returned to the Contact Mood Sentry page. We'll cancel out of it this time. Going back to the home page, we'll go into My Experiences. What you see are a drop-down list on the top, a text box labeled Manifestation, another text box labeled Mitigation, and a couple of buttons labeled Customize. This function enables me to tailor each cognitive distortion to myself. I select a distortion from the drop-down list, and I see how that distortion typically manifests during my day and some mitigation techniques that work for me. I review this every day in the morning, which is the main purpose of my morning reminder. This wasn't a once-through exercise for me. It took a while to capture my thoughts in a succinct manner that fits on my phone. Let's look at one and tailor it. Here's a biggie for me, all or nothing. I tend to see things in black and white. Let's edit this. To edit, we can either tap the Customize button on top of the text view or double tap in the text view itself. We'll tap Customize for this example. Here we have the edit page. It's blank right now because we have not saved any customized text. Once we add our custom text and save, that text will appear when we go into edit mode. Let's add some text. On the iPhone, I can get rid of the soft keyboard via the Done button, then save by tapping Save on the toolbar. And we're back to where we started. Let's go back into the editor via Customize again. As you can see, our custom text is displayed. We see some reference text at the top of the page. That's just there to remind me what I'm working on. Check out the toolbar. Lots of options. I can reload the example, clear, or reload the text I started with. I've included a hints page because there's a lot of functionality in this app, and I thought a hints page would be a good thing if I'm going to put this on the market. Okay, let's return without saving simply by going back. Note that you have to explicitly save anything you type. If you just return without saving, you'll have the same text you started with. Now we can edit the mitigation. This time we'll double tap in the text view. That's my preference. We're back in the editor and we can type what we want and save. Again, this wasn't a once-through exercise for me, but required multiple iterations of self-reflection and analysis to figure out mitigation techniques that work for me. I found doing this for every distortion a good exercise for me. I've included examples with each distortion to show how I use this tool. The examples are mine and probably of no use to you. If you think this might work for you but don't know where to begin, talk about it with your therapist, see what they think. Let's check out the toolbar on the My Experiences page. Notice that it's different on this page than on the Edit page. The hints function shows different hints too. That's because this page works differently than the Edit page and the options and hints are different. If you're going to download this for evaluation, I strongly recommend getting used to checking out the hints pages. There's an email option up on the navigation bar, but we'll cover that next when we review the daily reminders function. Here we are at the home page, and now we'll go into daily reminders. I've included 3 reminders that are selectable from the drop-down list. One for the morning, one for midday, and one for the evening. The overview isn't really a reminder. I use all 3 and have found that setting time aside each day to actively address my condition is a good thing. Let's look at the midday reminder. I can set a time, turn the reminder on and off, and edit the text. To change the time, I tap the box with the time showing. A time picker will appear. I set the hours and minutes, then select time. To turn the reminder on or off, I tap the on-off button. The text toggles between on and off. I use this midday reminder to take inventory of what's going well. It's simple and helps me check my mood. The default value for each reminder is off, which is good for such an intrusive function. If set to on, this page will appear on your device at the specified time. Again, the examples are mine and probably of no use to you. Similar to My Experiences, I either tap Customize or double tap in the text view to edit the reminder. If this looks like something you can use but don't know where to begin, talk to your therapist. One last thing, let's try to email this. To initiate an email, we tap the email button up on the navigation bar. As you see, an email composition view appears with the subject and message body filled in. You can edit as you see fit, add an email address, and then send. You'll be returned to the daily reminders page where you left off. You can email an entry to yourself or perhaps to share with your therapist. We'll exit without sending. This feature was requested by a user who wanted to email the entry to himself so he could print it for reviewing with his therapist in session. This video provided a brief overview of the iPhone version of Mood Sentry and how I use the References, My Experiences, and Daily Reminders functions. References provide information in a convenient way to contact us. My Experiences allows the users to tailor manifestations and mitigations of the various cognitive distortions to themselves, and Reminders enables the users to prompt themselves to take action. We still have the 2 tools options to explore, which will be the focus of 2 separate videos, one for each tool set.